Well, we are back tonight with two big matches, one against Chelsea and potentially our first bit of silverware at the club. And then we have got a Europa League second round knockout round tie against Celtic. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new to the series, as we are rebuilding Manchester United over the course of 5 seasons. As you can see, since we last had an episode on the channel and the match against Wolves, we've continued on our really good run. Look at this now. We've not lost a match in ages. 13 matches, in fact, to be precise. It's a very good run that is left that start of the season well behind us. And today, with this match against Chelsea, we could win Manchester United's first piece of silverware since 2017. Now, it is only the Carabao Cup, but it does help put down a marker for the rest of the season and what we hope to achieve at this club. The team we're going to be using for that match against Chelsea is Donnarumma, Thomas, Tomori, Varane and Dalot. We've then got Tonali, Ward-Prowse, Fernandes, Musiala, Sancho and Lewandowski for our team today. Tonali not quite fully fit, but should be able to see his way through most of the match. We have got McTominay, who's been playing there for the last 5-6 weeks or so on the bench. He's been performing absolutely fine there, proving that star rating not necessarily everything. Diego Simone, now the manager at Chelsea as well. Tuchel got fired. Bizarrely, when we beat them, which I believe was on the channel, we beat them and then Tuchel was fired following that loss. So we managed to get the Chelsea manager fired, which I guess is always nice to put down that sort of marker in the league as well, that if you play us, you're not doing well. You know, that was enough to get him to lose his job. I'm seeing Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal as well. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, in the sense if this was real life, you'd feel a bit more confident as a Manchester United fan. But in FM, I'm not sure how Arrizabalaga performs particularly. He's definitely got the worst star rating of the two goalkeepers between him and Mendy. But that doesn't mean a huge amount, to be fair. He could still perform pretty well. Ward-Prowse, Musiala into Lewandowski here. Kepa does manage to save that one. It's going to be a corner for us 3.5 minutes into the first half. Corner going to be delivered, of course, by Ward-Prowse into Tomori. Tomori not managing to finish off his chance against his old club there, and it's pinballing everywhere. Ward-Prowse now, Tonali. We are still on the attack here, just about passing it back to Tomori, and we are going to go back to Thomas here and now try and build our way back into the Chelsea box. Musiala, Ward-Prowse now into Lewandowski, and once again it is well held there by Kepa Arrizabalaga. But that was a very promising start for this Manchester United team today. I was having a look at the Chelsea squad, of course, you know, after the takeover. I'm not sure that will have been applied in this save necessarily. I can see Kovacic, Jorginho. I'm not seeing any new signings, potentially actually. Just interrupting the game. Yeah, Felipe, I think, is a new signing for this season. I don't think it's one that's happened in real life, if memory serves correctly. So it looks like they can still make transfers. Big long throw in coming here from Dalot. It's into the box. Lewandowski chests it down, turns and fires it into the bottom right hand corner away from Kepa Arrizabalaga, and that puts us 1-0 up. I knew there was a big throw coming in. We've adjusted our throwing routine over the last couple of matches because now that Dalot is playing a lot more over on that right-hand side as our main starter, he's got an attribute, I think, of 15. We're trying to train him to have long, flat bullet throws as well. And Chelsea have just gone down to 10 men here as well. One of their defenders getting sent off. And that leaves Lukaku, who in this version of reality is still at the club. Very isolated up front now. No one really there in support with him, which can only be a good thing for us and our chances of winning our first bit of silverware here. First bit of possible silverware as well, which is quite nice. This is physically the first trophy we could win, and it looks like we are going to do it unless something very drastic changes here, which of course it could. Ward-Prowse with a free kick into the box here. It is cleared by the Chelsea defender. Back out to Thomas, who is now going to bring the ball forward. He's managed to get all the way to the box, going to get a cross in. He can to Lewandowski again. But Kepa just holding that on and now going to launch the ball forward, trying to find, I assume that's going to be Havertz. I'm not sure. I can't click on his run off now. Thomas has managed to get the ball back though. And we are going to once again attempt to launch a counter-attack. Lewandowski or Kepa. This is what I was saying. In real life against Lewandowski, is he pulling all these saves off? Maybe. But you wouldn't be entirely confident that he would, given his form since he signed for Chelsea. Ward-Prowse now over to Tomori, now back to Varane, and that is going to be the end of the highlight. Just having a look down the field. Everyone looks in relatively good fitness for the moment, so I think we'll just make a couple of maybe tactical substitutions. We know Tonali isn't quite fully fit, so let's get him off before he collapses, which is we're going to bring McTominay on there for him. Musiala's not doing a lot. Fernandes not doing a lot. Let's take off Musiala. Let's bring on Cristiano Ronaldo. What a player to be able to bring on as your impact sub at the club. Cristiano Ronaldo. He is the highest paid player at the club. I would still, in an ideal world, like to offload him because we are paying him just north, I think, of 400,000, maybe 450,000 or so. I don't really want him at the club much longer because I think he isn't something that's going to be part of a long rebuild. I mean, he'll be here for maybe a couple of seasons, but I don't think he'll last a full 5 seasons. I'd rather invest those wages and that money into a player that we can use for the future. Big cross into the box here, though. Ronaldo does get his head to it, doesn't manage to get that one on target. We are like fully in control of this, especially after that red card, but we haven't exactly hammered home our dominance. Only a 1-0 win, but it is going to be our first piece of silverware here for the Manchester United club. I've realised, of course, now that this is happening, that we're about to see me, and I never bothered giving myself any sort of appearance that even looks like me, so it's just a weird little 3D rendered stick figure thing. Hey, what can we do? That aside, lovely first bit of silverware. We're still in for the Europa League. We're still in the FA Cup. We're probably not going to win the Premier League this season, but this is at least a piece of silverware that Manchester United didn't have when we started this series. And I'm sure, as a United fan, Carabao Cup or not, if Erik ten Hag comes in this season and wins you some silverware within this sort of time period, so by February, I think most Man United fans would be pretty happy with that. And it means a lot of players are happy as well, because we promised we'd win a domestic cup by next season. We've won one on the first attempt as well. Ward-Prowse is looking tired. That's not great. I'm going to rest you for the next match. Okay, cool. So we're resting Ward-Prowse against Celtic. I mean, we always want to have our best players available, but I'd also like to have them available for the whole season. And if that means he has to miss the Celtic match, then so be it. And on that note, we should probably get over and face Celtic straight away. And this is the team we're going to be using. It's pretty similar to the one in the last match. Donnarumma in goal, Thomas, Tomori, Varane and Dalot as our back four. Tonali, Fernandes and Tielemans in midfield. Musiala, Sancho and Lewandowski. I think there's maybe one change. Yeah, Tielemans in for Ward-Prowse. Obviously, Ward-Prowse, as we saw a minute ago, needing to be rested, agreeing to be rested for this match, so not even on the sub-bench today, which is, you know, a bit annoying, given that means we lose his set-piece prowess, but equally, we're having for the rest of the season. That's what we want. We want to avoid him getting an injury here. A couple of players I'm aware of there from Celtic. I saw Hazard in goal as well. We've got Turnbull there. Carter Vickers, obviously, I believe previously of Spurs, if memory serves correctly. Hopefully we just get past Celtic here. It's a nice, easy night for us, and we go on and progress in the Europa League. That's the idea. I think it's a competition. Realistically, we should have a decent chance of winning this season, depending what other teams we end up facing, what teams have dropped down maybe from the Champions League as well, all of that stuff. But realistically, you'd think we've got to be one of the bigger teams in it. At least I'd imagine so. Sancho, the big ball forward here for Musiala. He's holding the ball up and he has been tackled. Musiala is the young player of the of the month in the Premier League for the last 3 months running as well, by the way, for those of you who are interested. So definitely a very, very good purchase. Sancho nodding that one down to Lewandowski for him to hammer home. It is going to go over to VAR, because of course it's going to go to VAR. You know, you've got to have at least one VAR check per episode as a bare minimum. The goal is awarded though, and we are 1-0 up now against Celtic. Good ball there from Sancho, just to nod that one down into the path of Lewandowski, and look how he takes it on the volley into the back of the net. What a brilliant signing. £15 million for that man. Well, less than technically, but to round up, £15 million for Lewandowski is an absolute steal, especially when we weren't scoring goals. Now we're knocking them in for fun. Fernandes here going to be taking a corner into Lewandowski, and just to prove my point, there is his second of the evening now. That's 2 for him this evening. You'd bank on him getting his hat-trick tonight as well. It's almost nailed on this point that he's going to get a third. Can he get a perfect hat-trick now? That's the thing. He's got one with his head. I don't know which foot the first one was with, but if he can get the other foot on his third one, perfect hat-trick for him this evening. That would be amazing. Dallo into Varane there, just scooping up that loose ball forward from Celtic. And we go again. Big ball forward to Musiala there. He's into the box, rounds the goalkeeper, can't quite get that one on target, instead hitting the outside of the post and it going out for a goal kick. Brilliant run, just lacked the finish there a little bit on that occasion. And we're going to go in by the looks of it, 2-0 up. More than comfortable with that. That will do very, very nicely. Tonali just playing that one back to the goalkeeper. Big ball forward. Lewandowski might get onto this. He has got onto it. I believe, I was going to say he's been brought down. Is it going to go to a penalty? But instead, it falls to Jadon Sancho. I don't know if advantage was played there, but either way, Sancho is going to convert that one, and we're going to go in 3-0 at the break instead. Look at that big ball forward. This is why Lewandowski's brilliant as well, is he's so tall and he's got such great composure and first touch that he can bring that sort of ball down when it's just pumped forward. If you've watched the channel long enough as well, you know that I hate goalkeeper distribution like that. I'm much more pass it out to your centre backs, pass it out to your full backs, and that will do nicely. Don't pump it forward because you tend to lose possession. But in this one, when we've got Lewandowski, no point in doing that. You may as well get on the attack a bit earlier by pumping it up to him. He's really, really good with his head as well. He's kind of got it all. Fernandes there having a shot on goal. Can't get that one on target from the free kick. So it makes a lot of sense, going back to that, to just pump it up to your striker. It's not Route 1 football, because once it's up there, it's work it into the box. Don't take a shot from anywhere. You know, keep possession type thing. But it's definitely worth getting it up there a little bit quicker than you would do normally. And with that, we're going to make some substitutions. Musiala can come off. Rodrigo can come on. We'll change him to an inside forward because I'm pretty sure his shooting's better than his crossing. Dalot's looking tired as well. Do we bring on Max Aarons here? Can McTominay play that? He can. Who was it who could play there? Lindelof, I think, was the man who could play with. We could do Tomori over there, though, and bring on Upamecano instead, just to keep everyone fit, away from injuries. As we can see, we're fully in control here. Fernandes with another corner. Lewandowski not managing to get that one in the back of the net on this occasion. He's hit the post. It's come out. At some point, we're going to have to think. At this point, we're 3-0 up. I know he's on his hat-trick, but it's probably time for him to come off. Cristiano Ronaldo coming on for the last 15 minutes of this match or so. I'd love Lewandowski to get his hat-trick. I just rather he didn't get injured. What a goal there from Fernandes for his 14th goal of the season, which is amazing when you consider I've pretty much dropped him from the first team, much preferring Tonali, Ward, Prowse and Tjelsman. But when he does come into the side, he does do stuff like that. He is definitely a very important player, even if he's not one I want to build that central three around. Another corner here for him into Upamecano. You can't quite get that on target. He has got a yellow card as well. So let's just tell him to ease off tackles. It's been a good evening. Let's not go and get anyone sent off. I mean, there's a Fernandes goal there and a Fernandes assist. 2 goals for Lewandowski, 1 for Jadon Sancho. All in all, it's been quite a good evening. Let's have a look at these as well. Arsenal is still in it. You've got Milan, Fenerbahce, although they're out now, so Sporting in it. PSG There's your big one. PSG down in Europa League, obviously been knocked out of their group in the Champions League. That would be a pretty scary one to go and get. I guess that's probably our main opponents, barring us now to getting to winning the Europa League. I have to see what happens with that one, I guess. But for now, we return our focus to the league for a bit. We've got Leeds coming up. We have got Forest in the 5th round of the FA Cup. I'd expect us to be beating them. So it's probably going to be a case of who do we get on the Europa quarter-final? It's very much going to probably come back around here somewhere. Maybe for the second leg in Chelsea or the first leg in Spurs. Somewhere around there anyway, depending who it is we get, if it's anyone very interesting or not. If you have enjoyed today's episode, of course, and Manchester United winning their first bit of silverware, then please do drop a like on the video, hit the subscribe button and join the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to get to our 2,000 subscribers before the launch of FM22. We're well on the way at the moment, so it would be very much appreciated if you could join the channel. Until next time, Lego, thank you very much for watching. Check out the video that is on the screen now, and I'll see you over on the next one as we continue rebuilding Manchester United. Bye bye.